Hello, can we solve for x and y in this Olympiad maths exam question given to us? We are given x plus y equal to 6 and x multiplied by y equal to 36. How can we solve this maths expression? Now let's get started. Will simultaneous equation fetch us the two solutions to this expression? Let's find out. To solve this expression, let's first of all look at x plus y and consider it as expression 1. If we consider that as equation 1, we can also consider this as equation 2. So if we consider that as equation 1 and equation 2, now let's look at from equation 1. From equation 1, we can decide to say that x plus y is equal to 6. Now from this expression, I can decide to say that my y will be equal to 6 minus x, right? And I'll assume this to be equation 3. Now from this expression, I can see the need of working on the second equation. From equation 2, which is x multiplied by y equal to 36. Now, I can insert the value of y into this expression. And if I do that, I'll have x multiplying 6 minus x, and this will be equal to 36. Now, to simplify this, I'll multiply x times y. X times 6 is going to give me 6x. Minus x times x is going to give me x squared, and this will be equal to 36. Now I'll bring these terms in order to make the expression simpler. To make the expression simpler, I'll bring the right hand side to the left hand side, and then I'll have negative x squared plus 6x minus 36, and this is equal to 0. Now, in order to have a positive value for x squared, I'm going to multiply all through by negative 1. So if I multiply all through by negative 1, I'll have negative 1 multiplying x squared plus 6x minus 36, and all of these will be equal to 0. In the next step, if we multiply, minus times minus is going to give us, this is going to give us positive, then 1 times x squared is going to give us x squared, minus times plus 6 is going to give us negative 6x, and then we'll have minus times minus will give us plus, and then 1 times 36 is going to give us 36, and this will be equal to 0. Remember, we are asked to find the value of x, y. So this is a typical of a quadratic equation. So if we compare this with ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, you come to see that a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 6, and then c is equal to 36. So from this expression, we can see that we'll simplify using the quadratic expression. From here, we see that the value of our x can be equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all of these divided by 2a. So if we insert the value of a, b, and c in that expression, we'll have the value of our s to now be equal to negative multiplied by negative 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 6 square minus 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 36, and all of these will be divided by 2 multiplied by 1. So the value of our x will be equal to negative times negative will give us 6 plus or minus the square root of negative square. Negative 6 square is going to give me 36 minus 4 times 36 is going to give me 6 times 4 is going to give me 24. I'll write 4. 6 times 4 times 3 is going to give me 12 plus 2, that is 144. And all of these will be divided by 2. So in the next step, we're going to find the value of x, and the value of x will be equal to 6 plus or minus the square root of 36 minus 144 is equal to negative 108, and this will be divided by 2. Now we'll have to simplify this. 108 can give me if we divide 108, the factors of 108, we can find the factors of 108. 2 can be possible. 2 will divide that to give us 10 divided by 2 will give us 5, and this will give us 4. 2 can still divide. 2 here can give us 2 divided by 1. 14 divided by 2 will give us 7. And we'll have 3. 27 divided by 3 is going to give us 9. So we'll have 3. 9 divided by 3 is going to give us 3. And then we'll have 3 divided by 3 is going to give us 1. So this expression is going to give us 2 square multiplied by 3 square and still multiply by 3. So these are the factors of 108. So we'll have our x to be equal to 6 plus or minus the square root of 2 square, the square root of 3 square, multiplied by the square root of 3, and multiplied by the square root of negative 1, and all of these will be divided by 2. So from this expression, in the next step, we'll have our x to be equal to, from this expression, square root will cancel out square, square root will cancel out square, and then we'll have 6 plus or minus 2 times 3 is going to give us 6, multiplied by the square root of 3. And remember, the square root of negative 1 will be equal to j, and that will give us what? J. So all of these will be divided by 2. So the value of I, which is a conjugate, is going to give us 6 divided by 2 plus or minus 6 multiplied by the square root of 3 I, and all of these will be divided by 2. So if you divide all these by 2, our x will be equal to 6 divided by 2 is going to give me 3 plus or minus 6 divided by 2 is going to give me 3 root 3i, which is a conjugate solution. So from this solution now, we can see that the value of our x is equal to our x1 is equal to 3 plus 3 root 3i, and then our x2 is equal to 3 minus 3 root 3i. So from this expression now, you can see that we can find the value of our y. If x is equal to those two expressions, then the value of our y using equation 3 can be found. Remember, from equation 3, our y is equal to 6 minus x. So if we are given 6 minus x, then we'll have our y to be equal to 6 minus x. So if x1 is equal to that value, then our y1 will be equal to 6 minus 3 plus 3 root 3i. And that expression is going to give us, if we multiply this, we're going to have y1 to be equal to 6 minus 3 minus 3 root 3i. So this expression is going to give us the value of our y1 to be equal to 6 minus 3 is going to give us 3 minus 3 root 3i. So from this expression, if our x1, the value of our x1 and y1 will simply be equal to x1 is equal to 3 plus 3 root 3i, and then y is equal to 3 minus 3 root 3i. And those are the pair for that solution. From the next solution, we can find the value of x2. If we are given the value of our x2 to be equal to, if the value of our x2 is equal to 3 minus 3 root 3, 3 minus 3 root 3i, then our y2 will be equal to 6 minus x2. And from that expression, we can find the value of our y2. Our y2 will now be equal to 6 minus 3 minus 3 root 3i. So if we multiply this, we are going to have our y2 to be equal to 6 minus 3, minus times minus will give us plus 3 root 3i. So the value of our y2 will be equal to 6 minus 3 is going to give us 3 plus 3 root 3i. So from here, our x2, y2 will simply be equal to 3 minus 3 root 3i comma 3 plus 3 root 3i, and this will be the solution to that expression given to us. So the value of x1 and x2 x1 and y2 y1 is as given above, and the value of y2 and x2 and y2 is as given below. Now, if we check these two solutions, we can find out if this conjugate solution we've gotten as a solution to this mass expression given to us is right or not. So we can find out that by inserting the value of our x and y. Now let's check. Given that x plus y is equal to 6, we are going to check if our solution is right, and x multiplied by y is equal to 36. Let's check. Using the first expression, x1 and y1, we are going to find out if those solutions are absolutely right. So from that expression, from x1, y1, we are given x1, y1 to be equal to x1, y1 is equal to 3 plus 3 root 3i, and then we'll have 3 minus 3 root 3i. And if you look at that expression, you're going to find out that that is the solution. So let's insert this into the value of x plus y. We are told that is equal to 6. So if we insert that, can we be able to find 6? If x1 is 3 plus 3 root 3i plus y is equal to 3 minus 3 root 3i, with the solution of these two give us 6. Now let's check that. If you add these two expressions, will it give us that? This is negative and this is positive, so this will cancel out this, and then we'll be left with 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Of course, this will give us 6 equal to 6. So that tells us that this solution is absolutely right. Now, what if we do it the other way around, given the fact that x multiplied by y is equal to 36? Now, if we apply the value of x and y into that expression, can it give us 36? Let's try it out. The value of x is 3 plus 3 root 3i, and this is multiplying 3 minus 3 root 3i. Will this be equal to 36? Let's try it out. Now, this will test our knowledge on complex multiplication and sort. 3 times 3 is going to give us 9. 3 times minus 3 root 3i is going to give us 3 times 3 will give us, that will give us minus 9 root 3i. And now we have plus 3 times 3 is going to give us plus 9 root 3i, right? And then we'll have plus 3 root 3i minus multiplied by minus 3 root 3i. 3 times 3 is going to give us 9. Minus plus times minus is going to give us minus. So we'll have minus 9 multiplied by root 3 times root 3 is going to give us 3 according to SWOT, and then we'll have the value of I multiplied by I, and will this be equal to 36? Let's find out. Will that give us 36? Now let's look at that if it can equally give us 36. From that expression, if we simplify this, we're going to see that this will simply cancel out this, and then we'll be left with 9 minus 9 times 3 is going to give us 27 multiplied by I square. Will this be equal to 36? Remember that I square can be equal to -1, right? Because I is equal to the square root of -1. So we'll have 9 minus 27 multiplied by -1. Will it be equal to 36? Now from that expression, you see that we'll have 9 minus times minus is going to give us plus 27. Will this be equal to 36? 9 plus 27 is going to give us 36. So 36 is equal to 36. And which simply tells us that that expression is also a solution to that math question given to us. Double check tells us that this complex number solution is the right solution to that math expression given to us above there. If you did enjoy watching this math solution, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and colleagues, and remember to subscribe to my channel for more simplified math content. Thanks so much for watching, and bye bye for now.